Today we are going to do skincare and makeup. You've been asking for that for a long time, and I've always replied in the comments that we'd be doing that after the new year. Well, it's after the new year, so guess what? Yay! Skincare and makeup. So the most important thing, obviously, is to take good care of our skin. It's much more important than makeup. So if you are on a budget, put your money into your skincare and get the makeup that you can and that you need, but don't worry about getting expensive brands or expensive palettes or anything like that. What I've done today is I just am using random stuff from the bathroom. And a long time ago, when I was really on a budget, I used to watch those. They're sort of tutorials like we have on YouTube now, but they were on QVC or HSN. They were those shopping networks where these people would come in with makeup and they would give people these beautiful makeovers and they would look so good. And I thought, oh, I wish I could do that. They look so much younger, you know, after the makeup artist has done their makeup. And I felt a little sad, and I thought, I wonder if I could do that with my makeup, because I was at a point in my life where I was working very early in the morning. The only makeup I ever used to put on was mascara, blush, and lip gloss, and that was great. That made me look a lot better than with nothing. But I rarely used the makeup that I had. And so if you've kind of fallen into that rut, get the makeup that you have and use it. And you're gonna feel so good about yourself. It makes you feel younger, it makes you feel beautiful. And basically, as far as I'm concerned, the secret, if there is one, to looking better and feeling better is to use the stuff that you have. So I'm gonna tell you what I use, and it doesn't matter what you use. Use what works for you. And it doesn't matter where you get it. If you get it at the drugstore, if you get it at the department store, if you get it online, it all works. But the one thing you have to do is try to do it on a regular basis. Take care of yourself and let that be kind of your mantra for this year. Taking care of me. Okay, so let's get started. I have some sulfate-free cleanser. I already washed my face. I'm just showing you what I use. And this is, all my stuff basically for skincare is from Skinn, S-K-I-N-N Cosmetics. I get it on Evine. You can also get it on skinn.com. But use what you want. This is just a skincare and makeup video, so I'm gonna do my skincare. So I'm using this Enriched Softening Essence. That's my first step. I just do a few drops, massage it in all over my face, and it kind of makes your skin prepped for your serums and your moisturizer. Makes them work better. So obviously you don't have to use this step, but I have pretty dry skin and it helps me. Then I use a facial serum. I use the Collagenesis line. That works best for me because I have dry, mature skin. So I'm gonna put that everywhere on my face. And it feels really cooling, and I don't know, it just kind of makes my skin feel like it's had a drink of water and my skin is thirsty. So this is an eye serum. I put this around my eyes because that is where I get the most wrinkles. And I like this one because if I use a heavy eye cream, I get little tiny breakouts around my eyes. So this one doesn't seem to cause that, so I like that. And I use a lip serum because I also get a lot of wrinkles around my mouth. And I put it right on my lips too. Sometimes I use a lip balm, but if I'm pressed for time, I use the lip serum around my lips and on my lips. And it plumps them up over time. It's like you don't see it instantly, but by the end of this video, I should be looking more plump, I should be looking more hydrated, I should be looking fresher and younger, and you be the judge. But this is what I do, and I feel like it helps. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of this really nice, rich Collagenesis cream, about this much, and That goes over the serums. So you just kind of layer it up. And I know if you're young, this may seem like a lot, and you don't need it. But if you are mature and you're not seeing the results that you want from your skincare, you might need to add a serum. You might need to add a richer cream. Just experiment and see what helps your skin. Okay, so we're done with this. Now, I'm gonna use this. It's a neck cream with sunscreen. And I use that all over my neck and my chest. And this also feels really good, and I love it because it does have a sunscreen in it, so you don't have to worry, because if you live in California like I do, your chest is exposed a lot and it needs a sunscreen every single day. If there's a little left over, just put it on your hands, put it on your arms. It's a wonderful cream for any part of your body. Okay, so that's the skincare part. Oh, I do have a sunscreen here. This is where I would put on a sunscreen if I wasn't using makeup with a sunscreen, but I am, so I'm not gonna use that. And just to kind of show you how this is what I really do. This is in a little travel size bottle, and it's some Skinn CC cream, and it has some of his sunscreen in it. I just combined them. They don't recommend that. I've probably told you guys that before, but that's what I did. And I really like it because it's very light, and for an everyday makeup, it works great. And I have my sunscreen, I have a little bit of coverage, but it's very sheer. So I'm gonna put that on. And this also is nice and moisturizing. There have been a few times when I've really been in a rush, and all I did was wash my face and put this CC cream with sunscreen on it, and I'm okay. It's not like I look my best, but it's better than nothing. So I put that around my eyes and all over my face. And there I have my sunscreen and my base. So now I'm gonna add just a touch of fragrance before I go any further. This is from Carol. I can't see the part, there it is. And it's called Traveler. I think she got it at Francesca's for my birthday. And it smells really good. So while you're putting your makeup on, don't forget to put a little fragrance on, and it just makes you feel happy. And this is a time for you. When you put your makeup on, it's just a moment in the day as a woman that you can just go, oh, you know, I'm doing this for myself, and you deserve it. So let's go on a little further. I did get one new thing last night. I went to Target and I got this new plumping lip cream, and it's a matte from Revlon. It looks like this. I've never used it. This is the first time. So I'm gonna put this on first because I wanna see how much it plumps my lips. Oh, first I'll do a little liner. This is from Skinn. And it's just kind of a dusty rose color. And it matches my lips so closely you can't really see it, but it's there. And then I'm gonna kind of squeeze this up. I'm a little scared it'll come too much. Ah. So there you are. Just a touch more. I kind of like it. I really like this a lot. I am usually a person that likes a lot of gloss. I don't usually like matte, but this is kind of a dewy matte. It's not super glossy, but it's not super drying. So I think I'm gonna love this. Okay, now the next thing you need after, you don't really need a lip liner, but you do need lipstick or lip gloss or something to put on your lips to make you feel a little more girly. Okay, now I'm gonna do concealer. I need to click it up. And I just do it on any imperfections, especially around my eyes. I have a lot of veins, I have a lot of kind of blue, purple colored skin. I don't know why, I think it's hereditary. But Just kind of cover anything up that you don't like. And I have broken capillaries and stuff like that. So that's okay. We just kind of blur it out. It's not going to take it away. It's just going to make you feel better because it doesn't show quite so much. And then when you do the rest of your makeup, you're going to be really happy with how it looks because it all kind of evens out. There we go. A little more here. Okay, so I'm done with my concealer. Now I am going to contour, and I just use a darker shade of foundation to contour, and you don't have to contour, but if you want to contour, if there's things about yourself that you're not like super happy about, like I could have a narrower nose. I don't want to get a nose job, but if I really want to look my best, I'll contour my nose, but I have to be careful not to go up too close to my eyes because of that darkness. If I put contour up too high on my nose, it really makes my eyes look sunken in. So I just do it at the base. So I'm gonna take a little of this darker foundation down here on either side. And that is going to help my nose look just a smidgen narrower. And you also kind of put it underneath. And if you already have a narrow nose, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so then I'm going to also give myself a little bit more cheekbones. Do a little underneath the cheekbones, kind of in a slanty line. And then I definitely have to blur it out because it shows if I don't. And I just want that to be my little secret. Okay, now I'm going to take some and put it up along my hairline and bring it down into that line that I just made. I'm going to do that on both sides. Actually, I'm going to do it across my whole top of my forehead. Bring it down and bring it in. And that just kind of makes my face look a little more oval, a little more youthful, I think. Makes me feel better at least. And then if you want to do your jawline, you kind of do the same thing. Go in where you started and then out and along your jawline. It's a little harder for me to do this side. But you're going to blur it out, so don't worry like if it's not super perfect. There. So that's that step. And now the blush. So this is an old blush. This is a Laura Geller blush that they don't even make anymore, but I really like it. So it's in my makeup box and I'm gonna put some on. So I'm just gonna start like a little bit outside the center of my eye. So just this part and up. Now, I like pink blush, but you might like more of a burgundy color, you might like more of a peach color, or you might like more of a bronzy color. It doesn't matter. It just matters that you put some blush on, especially if you don't use any contour. This is gonna brighten up your face. It's gonna make you feel more alive. And I just love blush for that reason. It's very kind of, therapeutic. Makes you feel good. Now, instead of a highlighter, I am going to use this really, really light blush. This is a Chanel blush, and I'm using it not as a blush. I just use the pink blush as a blush. I'm going to use it kind of as a finishing powder and a highlighter. So I'm going to start, I think I need a smaller brush. I'm going to start kind of on my nose and kind of go in between those two lines that I made. And you can see I love this because it's not like a super light highlighter that you feel like, whoa, that's way too shiny. It's very subtle. So that's really the only place that I need it, except for under my brows to kind of lift. And then if you want, you can do the Cupid's bow to kind of bring out the shape of your lips, but you don't have to. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Underneath too if you want. I don't really think it makes that much difference, but it's just fun, so take your choice. Okay, now we're gonna take a little bit of this very light bronzer and just do it all over, just little strokes going down. If you have any facial hair at all, that's going to smooth it all down. And your forehead. And your nose. And that is it. That's my face routine. Okay, now let's do eyes. So I'm going to start off with my brows, but I'm going to give you a little secret. I'm in a rush. I just use a brown liner pencil for my brows and just kind of use it as a 2-for-1 product. So here I go. There's my brows. And I'm going to brush them and shape them. And for today, that's fine. But you do have to do them. Next, I'm going to do underneath. Now you can totally skip this. This is very controversial. Some people say after the age of whatever, you shouldn't do any liners. Some people say it's out now to have a smoky eye. Not for me. I like a little bit of something under my eyes and above my eyes, and I probably always will. So if you don't want to do this, don't do it. But the nice thing is if you have kind of a light sort of taupey brown, it just looks like your bottom lashes. And if you don't have too many bottom lashes like I don't, it helps. Now you can do your waterline. I have trouble with that. Number one, it never stays in my waterline. It gets in my eyes. It gets kind of built up in the corners. I usually have red eyes. I feel very kind of allergic and teary. So I love that look, and if you can do it, go for it, but it just kind of usually doesn't work for me. I do it sometimes, but not that often. Usually I go ahead and line outside my eyes with a light color most of the time, especially for an everyday basis. Black is a little much for me on an everyday basis. That's more like if we're going out at night. So this is probably about how much I would normally put, and that works for me. So today for shadow, I'm going to use a palette that you've seen before. I got it in October. You can't buy it anymore. It's like a seasonal thing, but it's like I have it. I want to use it. So I'm using some bold eyeshadow. So if you have bold eyeshadow you want to use, go for it. Nobody cares. All right. So I'm going to go with kind of a very neutral eye palette, and I'm not going to say what colors I use because it kind of doesn't matter. I'm using beige, so I'm starting out with beige. I'm going over my entire lid, right up to the brows, starting kind of right above that line, and giving myself a nice smooth base to work with. And I think this is good no matter what your skin tone. It's nice to have kind of a light base and then you build your colors on top of that. Okay, next I'm going to use kind of a taupey brown. This has a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. If you want to use a matte, use a matte. And I'm not even going to worry too much about the placement. This is going up to the center, kind of where your crease is. It just sort of naturally goes there. And And I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, see how it just sort of follows the shape of my eye? I'm going to do it again. And you can barely see it. That's what I do on an everyday basis. I do use light colors that enhance my eyes, but if I goof up, if it's a light color, it's no big deal. Because usually when I'm doing my makeup, it is a little faster than this. I am going at a little faster clip. Okay, so now I'm going to use something that's just a tad bit darker on the outer corners, and moving in. And I'm going to take a really narrow brush and I'm going to use a darker brown and go over my liner. And if you have another way that you like to put on your eyeshadow, that's great. There are so many ladies that are makeup artists that will show you how to do your makeup in a much more precise way than I do. It's not how you do it that matters, it's that you do it. That you take those few minutes for yourself, take care of your skin, put on a little makeup. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be that precise. You just want to add a little color so you don't feel like you're washed out. Especially if you have kind of pale skin like I do, it really helps. Okay, I'm gonna do a little more in the corner, and then I'm gonna call it a day. There we go. Okay. I'm kind of thinking my lips are getting a little plumper. Maybe, I don't know. I had this gloss that I brought just in case I felt like I need it, but I don't think I need it. So I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna do my mascara and then we'll be done. So I'm starting out with some Clinique mascara. This is just a sample that I got from Sephora, but I like it for my lower lashes especially. It seems to go on really well. The brush feels like the right size for that, and it doesn't kind of gunk on the bottom below my lashes, which is usually my problem. But as you can see, I can do it without making too much of a mess, and I love that. Okay, top lashes, and then we are good to go. I'm gonna use the same kind to start on my top lashes, and then I'm gonna switch to another kind. I sort of like a little bit of a drier mascara for my first coat because it doesn't go all over the place, especially because I like to do the tops of my lashes. If you have really black lashes, you probably don't have to do that. But my lashes are kind of light brown, so if somebody is looking at me from above me, like if a guy's taller than me and he's looking down at my lashes, if they're not done on the top, they look really weird. Okay. Now, last step. This is a little Laura Geller mascara that I'm just using to finish off. You don't have to do 2 coats if you don't want to, and you don't have to use different kinds, but I just like to. I like to mix them. That's it, girls. So I feel better. I feel a little more radiant. I feel a little more glowy. And I feel like I'm more ready to go out and enjoy my day, feel confident, not feel like bad about myself or like I didn't take care of myself before I left the house. So I hope you found this fun. I hope it was helpful. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.